heavy sigh. So, I was in a supermarket the other day with my friend, and I fucking hate supermarkets with passion. I hate supermarkets. I hate shopping. Not like a leisure shopping. Not shopping for books, for example, or skulls. I also very much like online shopping because you don't have to go anywhere and because you have such an access to obscure, strange items from all around the world. I am considering, I am reconsidering, what's happening? You would think it's such a quiet place, but there's always something happening here. It is not a quiet place at all. So I'm reconsidering I should do this again. When you kind of my input I'm looking for a word here. Basically, I wonder if I should still shop on Amazon because modern slavery. Anyone? There's a lot of things like that, that kind of makes me wonder. I mean, our world is properly fucked up in so many ways, and some would think like, oh, the greatest idea is to just like nuke ourselves. Just kind of, we're the vermin of this planet, and we should just kind of kill ourselves and do it a favor. Great. That sounds like a great idea. How about we start from this person? That's a horrible thing to say. But no, it's just like, what the fuck? No, this is stupid. Okay, I think we can do better than that, It's, I think we've developed... we allegedly been to the moon, so we got airplanes and internets, so we might as well kind of try to look for a solution to main civilization problems and stuff like modern slavery and a million other things that I just kind of feel, it's not for me every time. Even I walk through the city, and I love cities because cities are living beings for me. They are just beautiful, chaotic beings, and they need love, like everything. But for fuck's sake, this is some kind of toxic love going on here. It's, if you walk through one of my favorite cities that's not what I wanted to talk about, god damn it. This is, when you walk through like major cities, like London and Paris, that are my loves. I love both. No matter what they say, I will still love London, I will still love Paris. Even if I keep complaining about them, I will still love them, It's just... But you see basically all that is wrong with us. And I cannot be... I'm not the kind of person who can easily tune these things out just to live a calm, a peaceful existence and just kind of be a part of that. I'm trying, I'm constantly questioning my choices, and I think a lot of people, a lot of especially young people, fortunately I think we are trying to question ourselves and question our choices and be more aware and be more, make better choices as consumers, and as, like I said before about tourism, travel and all that jazz, just making more ethical choices. But it's not easy. It's not, like somebody said, I've been watching that video about modern slavery, about Amazon and stuff, and it's fucking outrageous. And then people commenting like, oh, 99% of you are not going to stop using Amazon. No, just like, 99% of, well, I don't know the numbers, that don't call me out on that, but Yeah, numbers are definitely not my thing. Numbers, who cares about numbers? No, seriously, but just like, watching a video of animals tortured in the slaughterhouse or things like that don't make everyone automatically vegan. Some people think it should, but it does not, and it will not. And the question is why, why are we able to just carry on? And I think it's pretty much obvious that living with a hypersensitivity to all the bad stuff that is happening in the world is not very convenient, and it doesn't make anything easier, and it doesn't mean that you can automatically fix everything the next day. Even if you make the best choices you can make, whatever that means, because there is so many difficult paradoxical choices to make that even if you do, then it still doesn't really solve the problem. So it's just like I can feel over and over, and I keep talking I keep talking, and I feel like if I keep talking, I should at least keep talking better about some things, and I keep I can't, I am sensitive to stuff, and I make a lot of choices that are not ideal, and I know, and I don't know if I'm gonna stop buying from Amazon. It's not like I'm not gonna be like, wow, I am the righteous one here, and I made all the best choices, and I'm so super ethical with everything I do, and what about you? Let's see our score on the karmic ladder. What the fuck? That's not as simple as straightforward. Beginning from the fact that we all come from different backgrounds and different perspectives, and it's really hard for people to understand that we are not living in the same world. Each one of us has layer upon layer of programming from everywhere, from our genetic kind of default to then our parents, our society, the things that happen to us, the things that we did, the things that drive us, our values. It's not just one way. It cannot be because we would have we would have just clones. We could why, how come not everybody deals comes from, let's say, oh fuck, it doesn't even need an example. We're not clones, we're not robots, we all react differently to different situations. And I think, I don't know to which extent I can say that we all have we all just look for happiness, and we all just we're trying our best, and we're trying the best for the people we love. I think it's still a little bit of a wide, a broad statement. I think this is I think there are, I don't know actually, but I accept that there might be evil in one way or the other, as a certain energy in the world. I don't think we all just trying to be happy and well, to begin with, we don't see happiness the same way. It does not perhaps somehow globally as a species we tend to some kind of resolution, some kind of becoming whole, as I see us being a little bit a part of the same being. So there is something that there is some kind of ultimate, I don't know, perhaps, but on the level on the level of functionality day to day, it's not really something we tend to think about much. But anyway, that's what's hard to understand, and I think it's important to I don't know. Oh, I think it's important to let me tell you what's important. I think it's important to understand that we are other people are not us, and it's something that is, it seems like something obvious, but to really understand that we are just meeting in some point in which we assume that our realities kind of connect, that our realities are somehow parallel, and that we are talking about the same thing. Because, it's this whole, how can you be sure that your red is like my red? It's really something to think about when we're having endless, pointless discussions and of throwing labels and accusations at each other, especially on some kind of very fundamental topics and political stuff, and especially on internet, because this is also when we even forget that people on the other side. I'm not saying to assume that everyone who doesn't think like you is mentally ill, but there might be people with many issues. There might be people, who are of different age and different perspective, and not mentioning that there are 9-year-olds on the internet, and that's the whole another thing of getting triggered on the internet. But I think it is, we don't spend enough time trying to really feel other people's perspective. And all that from saying that I went to a supermarket. I went to a supermarket and I had a nervous breakdown, as you do in supermarkets. I fucking hate supermarkets. Because I don't know, I just felt I didn't feel it coming, actually. I had moments like this of something that I could call some kind of, either a slight depersonalization or some kind of shutdown, or just kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's just a sensory overload, overwhelm. I was just suddenly, I felt like I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Like, I want to leave now. And it wasn't even that crowded. It wasn't even that bad. But I just felt so like, why do I need to go to supermarket to buy broccoli? And I do not, because I can go local, right? But I needed more things. There was, I don't know, it just felt so absurd all of a sudden, and everything I was looking at, it just seemed so ridiculous. And I'm not saying this is not, in this moment, this is not like, a statement against civilization and supermarkets, because people who would like to, just kind of wipe it out and start some, everything based on, like a community based on exchange. This is all sweet and nice, but, I don't think that civilization is something that, bad people just kind of put in place to make everyone unhappy. From one day to another, things evolved for a reason. Money was invented for a reason. So we, don't have to walk around with our cows and exchange it for cabbage or something, right? It took a bit more. It was a bit more complex than that, but it wasn't just some kind of evil invention that somebody came up with. But anyway, that's not No, let's talk about me. Let's talk about me rather than world's problems. Let's talk about my problems. No, I just kind of experienced this absurdity, this kind of shift of perception. Oh my god, a beautiful sunset. I must go now. I think the only reason to live is sunsets. This is the most important thing. There's no importanter thing than sunsets. I must go now. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna finish my thought. I'm gonna wrap it up. And I'm gonna run and see the sunset because I've got exactly 2.5 minutes to do that. So, a little more, but there are trees there. Shift of perspective, a very strange experience of absurdity. Why was I there? A slight panic and a general dislike to supermarkets. It is something I really do not like. But I think there was I didn't really feel that coming from anywhere. Then I ended up another thing, just kind of seeing, as I was trying to change my diet again and kind of seeing how much stuff is, packaged and just not food. And then this is how you start seeing things when you change your diet as well. When you go to a supermarket and you're like, where the fuck is the food? All there is this, the grocery thing, and the rest is just like alien. Like, what the hell? What are these packages? It's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna see the sunset now, and I will see you soon. Maybe I'll come back for another video marathon. See you soon. Take care.